Hey, what's up, Warren? This is a quick demo video for you for your Convergence by Tierfon-Orbital and myself, installed with the hybrid chassis that we also collabed on, all right, with the crystal chamber. So we'll go over my desk. I'll show you exactly what's going on here, how to operate it, what battery you need, and then get it out in the mail to you first thing on Monday morning. And thank you very much for your patience. All right, Warren, let's go over your Convergence saber. Thank you very much for your patience. You had chosen to go with the brass hybrid chassis. Those do take a little bit longer to get printed. And then the factory that I go through was changing facilities about a week after I put your order in. So it did take a little bit longer than usual, and I do apologize for that. But all done now, right? This is a collaboration saber between my buddy Tim over at Tierfon-Orbital and myself. You chose to get the laser etched option as well, so I did laser etch all the handle here, as you could see, and then the shroud laser etched all the way around as well. All right, you got a crystal chamber in here, so brass crystal chamber with a crystal in it, of course. Single Neopixel accent. Hopefully you love the detail in that. All right, all brass there from top to bottom. 2-button setup, power, auxiliary. So power in the front, auxiliary in the back. All right, to get to your chassis, you just want to unscrew your handle here. Everything's a pretty snug fit, but it fits fine. Take your handle off here. This is your brass hybrid chassis. So Tim designed this piece, and there's basically everything from here over. I designed the crystal chamber. That was how we split this guy up. All right, so Proffie V3, easy access to your SD card, your micro USB for programming. There is a copy of the config file on your SD card, so when you program your Proffie, you can make any changes that you want, but you can see exactly how I did it. All right, kill switch right here in front of the board. You have a red and green LED bezel here, and those do things. I'll show you that here in a second. This is your battery cover. It's on magnets. If you try to put it on the opposite way, the magnets will not magnetize to each other. All right, so an easy way to remember that is seeing these two holes right here in the battery cover. Those go towards this guy right here, but we'll leave this off for now. All right, inside you'll find a battery. All right, this is my test battery rather. I am sending this to you in Canada, I believe, and can't ship batteries overseas. All right, so let me take this out and just show you what's going on in here. So spring side for the negative side of your battery, you will need an 18650 keep power battery. It's also a protected cell. If you need a link to that, let me know. I'm happy to provide that, but you will need to source one of these. I just have the sticker off of mine. All right, so spring side for the negative side of your battery. Clip your battery in. We're going to just leave the battery cover off for now. We'll come over here and flip our switch. You can see your red and green LEDs going back and forth. Your crystal pulsing until we turn it on, power. You've got a KR Sabers lit PCB in there, all right? Auxiliary right here. On this particular sound font, what we've got going on is the crystal goes from red to blue and back and forth like that. And the reason that we did that is because Tim's logo is blue and mine is red. So we made the crystal go back and forth to kind of give an ode to both of us. All right, that was Tim's idea. So we're gonna put the handle on, screw it down all the way, nice and tight. Now, you have two different options to turn this saber on. You can use the power switch. There's some nice shine through underneath the shroud here. You've got twist off, or you can just twist on. Gave you both options. And that same goes for turning it off. You can twist it off, or if you want to, you can just tap the switch. That also turns it off. All right, this is your blade retention, so you can see that it sticks into the blade socket there just a bit. You'll need to acquire a 7/8 inch Neopixel blade. All right, I've got one right here for testing. So we'll just slide that right down there until it bounces on the pins. Hold it down tight. Come over here and lock your blade down. Hit power. Blaster bolt deflex is just tapping auxiliary. This Convergence sound font was made by our good friend Keenan over at KSIF. He made the sound font specifically for this run. It's a very, very cool font, so I really do hope that you like it. I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. So let's turn it back on. Blaster bolt deflex. If you want blade lockup, hold down auxiliary and hit the saber. Very loud. Very smooth swing. Flash on flash. Right? If you want to play your soundtrack, do a long press on the power when the saber's off. Alright, you can turn it off by doing the same thing. Just another long press on the power.
Convergence.
If you had multiple sound fonts on here, what you would do is you would tap auxiliary to cycle through them, but this one being the Convergence.
Convergence.
All right, let's break this back down. So we'll loosen our blade retention, take our blade out, tighten this guy back up, take our handle off. Before I send this out to you, I'm going to put just a little bit of thread grease on the threads here so it doesn't bind up on you and it doesn't make a sound. But let's turn this on. All right, we'll flip it off with the kill switch. Kills power like it should. When you want to take the battery out, do it from the positive side over here by this brass piece. All right, just use something flat to help you kind of pry it out. I'm going to leave that handle off for right now because I'm going to go back through and I'm going to put some thread grease on it. But let me know if you have any questions and I'll get this out in the mail to you first thing Monday morning. Thanks, man.